Good morning. Do you hear us?
Good morning. Yes. Do you hear us?
We do.
Hey, hey.
Greetings.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'll obviously got to talk a little Charlotte in here too, so I'll slide that in here in a little bit.
Cool.
Quail Hollow Middle.
Yeah.
All right. If you're good to go, since this is recorded, I'm just going to jump right in, man.
Let's do it.
Cool. Got a couple shows under your belt here. How's it feeling?
Man, it feels good. I'm excited. I mean, honestly, man, it's a lifelong dream. I mean, I started, my television career in Charlotte, literally doing public access shows when I was about 11 years old, right there in the city. So, I mean, to see it come all the way here full circle is a dream come true.
Well, it's really cool. And you and I actually share that in common. I started in Wisconsin in public access, went into radio, eventually got into TV. Your multi-layered experience really sets you up for this kind of show because they're the basics that every talk show has. There's the interview segments, but you're also able to have those other little segments of the show within that hour that you can kind of use a little bit of all these different things you've done.
Yeah, and the seed was planted right there in Charlotte. I mean, my dad was working on his ministry show, and we had to go to all of the cable vision workshops, and I was my dad's crew. So I was the cameraman, the lighting director, the producer, and as a reward, I got an opportunity to get some camera time myself and take the cameras out in the city. And I was doing man on the street bits and interviewing people in the community and McDonald's cafeteria. And so, so it was a lot of fun, but it kind of really was like the training ground for what I'm doing today, to where I get to be hands-on in every aspect.
Well, and I noticed you just said community there. We know that you've been back in Charlotte over the years doing what you can to give back to your community.
100%. I mean, that's what it's all about. I truly believe I've been blessed with the opportunity to be a vessel and create other platforms to provide for the community, for the culture. And, one of the reasons why the show is set here in Harlem, even more so to when I could come back to Charlotte, and I'll probably even be there this weekend, I mean, one, to spend time with family, but more importantly, like whenever there's something going on in the community, I try to be there and to support, not to be, a beacon or anything, but really to be part of the community to where I can stand amongst the people.
Now, along with taking those first early steps in your career, what other fond memories do you have about that young Nick Cannon time in Charlotte?
Man, I mean, church, probably more than anything. I mean, it's ultimately where my family was really created. I mean, probably just a few minutes north of Charlotte in Kannapolis and Concord County and all of those places. Like, still to this day, my great grandmother is 102 years old. I speak to her every day and try to get there as much as possible, just based off of like, this is to have the blessing to be able to kind of have the lineage and the type of family where you can go back and talk about generations previous to you. It's so valuable in that sense. So as many family reunions, church visits, and gatherings, I mean, my roots are definitely there in Charlotte.
Well, and you talk about family, and obviously a lot of your friends, whether it be, celebrities that you've worked with, that's all your family too. And you're bringing a lot of those people onto the show, especially this week, man.
Yeah, that's what we talk about. I don't call my audience an audience. I call them a family, and I talk about friends of the family and other family members within entertainment. So I've had some family members pull up on me, or I pulled up on them, and it's going to be a great premiere week. From Kevin Hart to Nelly. Both of us are we're all on Real Husbands of Hollywood that we've done for years at this point, almost a half a decade, but we've all been really close friends. So we pull up on each other whenever we can, and other people that I've had the opportunity to work with and create relationships with, like Simon Cowell, who I was able to build with on America's Got Talent and create a fun relationship with, all the way to, my new family members at the Masked Singer. So you'll get to see so much, really just me opening up and extending my relationships being that conduit, if you will, to, you know, my day-to-day family that's allowing me to in their home and bringing my crew with me.
And music is a big part of that as well. Tell me about the theme song.
The theme song is exciting. I mean, my career has always been rooted in music in some type of aspect, whether it's my films, whether it's my own music career, even everything that I do currently. You know, from Mass Singer to Wild 'N Out, it's all music driven. So the theme song was super important to me. Every show that I've ever really worked on or created, you know, under my incredible umbrella, I've always created the music for, specifically even the theme song. And I knew this one was going to be very important. So I put a lot of time into it, and I put a lot of family in it as well. I mean, my kids are all over it, and, you know, other family members, and there's choir backgrounds and stuff, and that's all people that, you know, are really my family members.
One of the things about doing a talk show is the ability to, you know, think on your feet, obviously with a background in comedy and acting, but then also your time on the radio. I assume a lot of that transfers over to daytime.
Oh, so much so. I've had some, some well focused training because morning radio, drive time radio, and knowing that monster of what it can be, man, it definitely has you prepared to think on your toes, but even to understand production and understand how to connect with a community and really feel a part of a community. So not just in front of the camera or in front of the microphone, but really how to be involved beyond just being a personality. You get an opportunity to create a relationship and be vulnerable, but then at the same time, be a voice when a voice is needed. So that's what I've learned from radio. I mean, I've been in radio since I was a teenager, and I know the value of it. It's radio is community. Those terms are synonymous, and it's just a thing that I feel like it trained me well, and hopefully I get to bring some of those skill sets to daytime talk.
Well, lastly, I know you've, you know, been blessed to do all these different things. Is there one thing, because I feel like you've done them all, is there something Nick Cannon hasn't done that he's like, you know what, that's the next thing?
I know it's something I haven't done, but I don't know if I want to do it. Politics, I'm good. I'm gonna stay away from that.
Yeah, I think that's probably good.
But I've never done it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You can catch the Nick Cannon Show every weeknight, 6 o'clock, right here on WCCB. Obviously, you got a big part of the viewing family as you have already in Charlotte, and we know it's only going to grow from here.
That's love. I appreciate the family.
Thanks, Nick.
No problem. Take care.
Have a good one, man.
You too.